Mutables, we seem to be having abnormally hot weather, and like all English people, I'm not happy. It's too hot. So Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. 4 cards, Spirit, please, in that order, clockwise, starting with Gemini. 31st of July 2020. Wow, all positive cards. So Mutables are getting good cards. Let's see, we've got Gemini, new beginnings. You fellas might be getting hot and steamy with your wand. You ladies, watch out if you don't want to get pregnant, so keep your legs crossed. It is new passionate beginnings, somewhere you're going to put your passion into, something new. Sun's bent me cards. Actually warped, which is quite strange. Hot stuff. It's take action now, Gemini. Don't put off till tomorrow. The action needs to be taken now, within the day. Because you're stuck, or you will be if you don't. It's time to walk away. Now this has been an energy that's been running right through today's reads, and it started with the past, present and future read, so I suggest you watch that because you may find out something else. Don't forget to watch your rising sign, because that's also an important part of your story. 6 weeks, 8 months is mentioned. Being stuck and walking away, not moving forwards, and being in troubled waters. Yeah, what did I say? Be very careful. If you don't want to get pregnant, be very careful, because there's a cheater here, and there could be a pregnancy that's unwanted, which causes you to be stuck somewhere you don't want to be. So be very careful. If you are committed to someone, make sure you take protection. There's no point in shutting the stable door after it's opened, so be wise now. Number 40 is important. Yeah, you need to keep your boundaries in place, so keep your legs crossed, or just say no, because seriously, this is really passionate, but it's acting now and acting haste, repent at leisure, really. So boundaries, 38. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? You're being called to create clearer boundaries in your life. This could be with your friends, family or work, because saying yes when you really mean no leads to resentment, which is the biggest energy drain ever. At first it might only be a little bit and you not feel like a big deal, but before you know it, your energy field becomes porous and you are left feeling depleted, resentful or taken advantage of. Saying no and having a clear boundary is actually a spiritual act. The most giving, loving, compassionate people are those with the clearest boundaries. But when they say yes, they are able to give unconditionally. When your boundaries are clear, others know where they stand, and you are able to give freely. If you're not clear where your boundaries lie, this causes confusion, resentment, and energetic cords to be planted. If you're saying yes when you really mean no, you're likely needing something yourself. So ask yourself, what part of me needs something from them? Could be a need for approval, a fear of being seen in a certain way, or a fear of loss. The best way to gauge your boundaries is to check in with your belly. Your belly is your second brain, and it has an intelligence known as your gut feeling. Tune into this space and decide what is okay for you. How does it feel, and what is it trying to tell you? Where in your life do you need to establish better boundaries? Because at the minute, you ain't got any. And somebody makes it very hard for you to say no. But you have to. Action. Virgo, lovely card. It's about children, people from your childhood coming back. It's a happy event to do with children or childhood. It could be somebody coming back from the past who you knew then, but it's making you very, very happy. 6 months is mentioned. Yeah, there has been a disappointment and you played your part in it. Could be with a fire sign older person, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's not to say that you're to blame for this, but somewhere along the line you added to this disappointment. Don't dwell on it, don't look back on the past, don't cry over spilt milk, there's no point. But somebody's going to take action here, and it could be a father figure. It's a funny, faithful fire sign man that will bring back some happiness, I believe. Somebody's going to take action. Don't cry over spilt milk, don't dwell on the past, just look at the future. A lot of happiness here. It's a positive event. 5 to 6 months. You may have a disappointment first and then happiness. You need to get some sleep. You may be sleeping but not resting. It's time to sleep. Rest. You have to be aware that there is some deceit going on, and there is things that you should be aware of, but first you need your rest. Those born on the 24th, living or past, if your diary and address, massively important in some way. But there's a fox in the hen house, so watch out. That's what the disappointment is, probably. Maybe to do with the children. But whatever it is that happens that cracks you open, don't let it make you close off to the world, because whatever it is, you can always end up blocking what's there for you. And again, it's 24, so I know the 24 is massively important. I don't know why, but it is. 24th. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it. To let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss. To allow what is falling away to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies, as much as triumphs and adventures. And wherever you find yourself at this moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open. No matter how much it hurts, to continually unfold, to let life crack you open. Perhaps you are going through a difficult time right now, and instead of cursing that difficulty, see it as a blessing. To open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you, not to you. And one day, in the not too distant future, you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open. Because that's what the world needs, you open. Now is the time to go gently. Treat yourself like a tender sweet baby. Take a nap. Get your raggy. Wrap yourself in it and trust that your mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. And one day, not too far from today, you'll look back at the transformation and be blown away by the poetry of your life. Everything's going to be okay. Let life crack you open, Virgo. You can handle this. Sagittarius, still transitioning. Someone is either going towards the light or you are progressing to a higher stage in life. Somewhere where you feel happier and more secure. Yes, there's been endings and they won't have been pleasant, but they had to happen to make way for something new to come into your life. And Spirit never takes something from you without replacing it with something better. Scorpio energy rules the reproductive organs and shared resources. Number 13, massively important in a positive way. Someone's growing as a soul, as a person. Yeah, there has been heartache, sorrow and separation from someone. And it was a massive shock. It may have caused absolute chaos and rocked your world and left your heart bleeding. Heartbroken over something. I don't see this as a third party, but for some it could be. Could be separations from loved ones all this time because of lockdown. Separations because of minor surgery. But something massive has or will happen that destroyed the world as you knew it. But Spirit are telling you they won't take something away without replacing it with something better. So please hold on tightly. I know it's hard. Those born on the 16th, living or past, do it for your diary and address. Massively important. And yet it's in a positive way, really. Because it has to happen. Peace will be restored eventually, but somebody may be in denial, trying to block out the pain. Yeah, someone feels orphaned. It feels to me like somebody right from the beginning has passed, but it's not. For some, it's not recent. For some, there was problems with the throat. But you feel alone in this world. You're never alone and love never dies. Remember that. You are not alone. You're halfway there now. Number 5 is important. So don't give up. You can do this. Yeah, you're already doing it. You know what you're doing. You can get over this. So try not to deny the grief. And we know grief goes in all stages, don't we? There's anger, there's fear, there's all sorts of stages. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But never mind. You're already doing it. So, number 30 could be important. We can only do our best. Okay? Do not question things so much. You're on the right track and you're facing the right way. Stop overthinking it It's happening anyway, and you're closer than you think. You're exactly where you need to be, and things are moving at the perfect speed. Don't try and rush this. Now is not the time to be impatient. Now is the time to walk steady. There is no rush. You are building what's being built. What you have planted soon will blossom. With every new day, a new brick is being laid. You've come a long way and the foundations are steady. Now all that's needed is for you to trust and keep walking forward. If a thought of things should be moving faster enters your head, that's just your ego comparing your rising to someone else's. Comparison is not your friend. Stay in your lane, water your own garden, and know that your time to bloom is coming soon. And Capricorn had the same card, I believe. And Pisces, what the hell's going on here? Brilliant. Success and victory. Actions, passion. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You can achieve anything. Anything you put your heart into, your passion into, will be a success. Victory. Just remember not to gloat. Yeah, your patience has paid off. Bloody hell, your ships are coming in. But you've got your back to something. You've been ignoring something. Slow and steady wins the race. So you've turned your back on something, and for some reason your patience has paid off, and now you're going to succeed. Possibly where you failed before. But I think now that you've got it, you don't bloody want it. Because that's you, Pisces, with your cup, walking away. Slow and steady wins the race. So you got what you want and then you didn't want it. What the hell? I don't know. What you like? Yep, a loyal heart. You was very loyal, you was very patient, and now it's paying off. But now that you've got it, you're not sure if you really want it. I don't know. Number 35 is important. Oh, that's why, because you've got doubts, you've got a little niggle in your head. I don't know if you can see that. So, the niggle. Trust the little niggle. $52. So, that niggling feeling, that annoying, niggling feeling, that annoying, inconvenient, niggling feeling. Try as you might, it's there and it ain't going anywhere. Most people spend years ignoring that niggling feeling, throwing the best dollop of stubbornness and ego and pro-rationalisation to numb them out. It's exhausting, and until you face that niggle, life just throws you more bait to awaken it. So draw your attention to the light within you that is bursting to come out. That niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. The relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that needs to be made, the stone in your shoe. Often we feel that niggling feeling in our body first, and many people think that intuition is something from a higher realm, but in fact it is the body that is the intuitive one, working through our sense to deliver vibrational information. It takes just a moment every day to scan your body to receive the intuition, intelligence, and act on it quickly. You are being called to face that niggle now. If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and more obvious in your path, and then you will likely regret that you didn't answer that niggle in the first place. I know it's scary, but you are safe, so answer that niggle now. What is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? So maybe you're right to turn your back on it, because if you waited all that time and all of a sudden it's all there for you on a silver platter, something's not quite right, is it? Okay, so thanks for listening today. It was very hot, I was very stressed, and it's a brilliant card.